Hey everyone, it's Bailey from the EMH, and I'm back with another Elephant Money video. All right, guys, it finally happened. All right, we actually have some red candles here on the Elephant Money chart. And so what I wanted to do in this video was to give you my take, my perspective on the price action for the last couple of days, and go over three pieces of kind of key data. We're going to dive into a little bit of what the top wallets are doing in the Elephant Money system, and talk about why I am actually, I'm crazy, more bullish, all right, on Elephant and Elephant token and the Elephant Money protocol than I have been at any point in my coverage of the system. All right, so if you're new to the channel, so I've been in-depth kind of studying the tokenomics of this protocol for about a year and a half now. All right, a lot of the in-depth like math behind the scenes, how this generates the cash flow, how this revolutionary graveyard and Bertha, the elephant treasury work, and how it's really driving this economic model that's going to be sustainable and scalable for a universal basic income option for everyone. So it's going to be like a game changer in the world of finance. And right now we're kind of like at the startup level. We've been going for about like 2.5 years in the protocol, and this is something that's going to have like a lot of really long range value. It's going to be just like a juggernaut in the space for a long time. So it's really cool to be this early in Elephant Money. And what I've noticed though with people in the crypto space, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of itchy trigger fingers going on, right? And so what I wanted to do is just kind of chill out a little bit, take a dive into some of the data, what it's telling us and what it's showing us about the system. All right, so all right, guys, so here we go. So first, I just want to mention, so I have this video, Elephant Money, the DeFi's economic engine, and that came out. I released that in early January. And basically, guys, what was going on was at the end of last year, from the last 3 months of the year, terrible bear market, right? And there was a lot of depressed prices in crypto. A lot of money was leaving crypto, and the Elephant Money token had kind of was crabbing sideways and was going down slightly, right? And at the end of that year, we had kind of had given up like all the price appreciation that we had seen since like the August mark, right? And what I was noticing and what was happening here is the ingenuity behind the tokenomics, and whether there was buying or selling, it didn't really matter. The economic activity was constantly feeding the elephant treasury, Bertha. And the whole goal behind it is, because this is a fixed supply token, Bertha is scooping up these tokens, accumulating them, and along with Bertha and then the elephant graveyard, the protocol puts like a stranglehold on the circulating supply, and it eventually just pushes and pushes the price of the token forward, because all of those tokens start to exit and leave the liquidity pools, and they go into holders' hands, right, and they go into the treasury. And that's kind of like what has been mounting and what has been leading up to our price appreciation so far this year. All right, and we had kind of was able to see last year that once Bertha starts accumulating tokens, there's going to be an inevitable pop in the price. And so I was able to use this to really go all in on Elephant token at the beginning of this year, and have experienced, really that rapid and accelerated price appreciation. It's all because of the tokenomics of the system. And, this is like a business. And that Elephant token is kind of the stock, it's the ownership slice, and it basically gets fueled by all of the front-facing products, the yield generating products that people interact with. All right, so the same thing is kind of happening here. So I'm going to show you guys what's going on. So um, the first thing with this selling the last few days is what I noticed was 10.3 trillion tokens have gone back into the liquidity pools, right? So people who held Elephant token, and a lot of them were kind of like speculators, or just people who have recently purchased. They saw this chart; it was going parabolic, and Elephant token has gone parabolic before. That was kind of like our proof of concept. So they were getting in, and they knew at some point, that they had this idea of they were going to cash out, right? So that was part of it, some of the selling. But what's cool about it is, all right, so like 10.3 trillion tokens have gone back into the liquidity pools, okay? And the price, okay, decreased, and we're back to, let's say, right now is October 3rd of this recording. And so we're at, again, September 17th prices, all right? So we've gone back like 2 weeks in price appreciation. And so now there's like 10.3 million more tokens in the pool. Okay, now the price of the tokens are lower. Sweet. All right, Bertha is going to be DCAing into cheaper tokens. Nice, right? And it's going to be a great opportunity to DCA into Elephant, because everyone has been covering Elephant now because of, just this parabolic rise. And now all of a sudden there's like a little drama going on, right? So all eyes are going to be on the Elephant token. And basically, guys, if you think about it, 10.3 trillion tokens, that is actually like 2 graveyard rebalances, because when the graveyard rebalances, it sells 5 trillion Elephant tokens, and then it takes the proceeds of that in BNB and pairs it with the other 5 trillion and makes locked liquidity pairs, deepens the liquidity in the liquidity pools. But there's that little dip in the price when it sells 5 trillion tokens. We've sold 10 trillion tokens, all right? So this is like a double dip. I mean, we are just, all right, we're going to be like all you can eat, scooping up this discounted Elephant token, right? Because this is a future blue chip. And the way the system works with Bertha, and we're going to see that, it's just inevitable, right? It's such a good economic model that, it's not going to be able to really be stopped once it gets going, because the products that fuel the Elephant treasury, they're just always going to be like in demand. They're like super solid. So, we're going to see constant buy pressure on this Elephant token from it. So, so that's really neat. And another thing that I really like is that with these 10.3 trillion tokens going back into liquidity pool, it has taken, and that's like about 1% of the supply, has taken that away from human holders. And now Bertha can buy them again, right? So what we had seen with a lot of the FOMO was that there was a lot of people buying Elephant token and kind of like front running Bertha. Like Bertha wasn't getting as much Elephant token because people were buying the token. They weren't going into some of the other products. And so she was getting the cut with the buy with Bertha, but she wasn't being able to DCA as much because not as much was going into like futures and things like that. So it was kind of like an interesting dynamic. So now what's nice is that where the holder percentage has gone down, that means it's going to be that much easier now for Bertha to be able to eventually flip. We call it the flippening, and she's going to be able to flip the holder percentage. So right now, guys, about 22% of tokens are now held by human participants, and 78% is owned by the protocol. And Bertha is now at like 17.6%. So she's catching up to, and then she's eventually going to be able to surpass the holders, and then she's really going to have a super big dominance on the circulating supply, and that's just going to really protect the floor price of the token as well. So all right, so guys, that's one of the reasons why I am bullish. I was thinking like, all right, Bertha's going to be getting more tokens more cheaply, and we're going to be able to do the flippening on the human participants. And that's just going to drive, again, long-term price appreciation, just sound fundamentals. Okay. So I was like, yes, like, all right, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Now futures. All right. So if we look here, guys, one stat I want to show you guys about futures is right here. All right. And I'm going to look for, let's see. Yep, so right here, we have our overview of the data from futures. All right, now futures launched towards the end of January 2023. And I'm gonna sort by deposits. And we can see here, guys, that, let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, all right. So for futures deposits, ready? So we've had our third biggest day ever on October 3rd. So a lot of the selling of the elephant token, or like a decent chunk of it, actually was redeposited right into Bertha, or right into futures, and that's going to be used for DCAing into elephant token, right? And then you know, those participants are going to be able to now generate that sustainable cash flow engine for them, right? And what's nice about that, guys, and I've been using futures this way, is that I'm able to claim from futures, and it's really been able to help me kind of protect my elephant bag and not feel like pressured to try to skim some off of it and whatnot. So bullish, man. I was like, dude, yes. All right. Bertha's going to be like locked and loaded. There's this double dip of like 2 graveyard rebalances. And then we get like the third largest deposit into futures ever for day-to-day action. I was like, yep. All right. As someone who's an owner of Elephant Money, all right, and has really kind of the long-term outlook of being part of this really cool, innovative community bank financial cooperative, I'm like, yeah, that's good for the bottom line. All right. I like it. And one last little piece of data here, guys, I would like to share with you. So this is Dune Analytics as well. And this is the governance. And the governance, basically what this will show you is all of the inflows and outflows to the elephant treasury. All right. And everything now is on a governance contract. So it's carefully measured where you know, no participants have like direct access, and Bertha always just will pay out on like a measured, kind of carefully tuned APR of the treasury, all the different aspects of the ecosystem. That's how she funds them. All right. And so another thing I wanted to show you guys was not the 30-day, but we're going to go down to the all-time. All right, which is down here, elephant treasury balance. And this data dates back to, I believe it goes back to May of 2022. There's data for this. And we're going to do here, guys, we're going to sort by the daily in, okay? And we're going to see, guys, that just from people selling the token, buying and selling, the volume was absolutely insane. All right, we were like on the top of all of the trading charts and everything. It was over. It was like 5 million volume, even more than that. There was a lot of selling, and Bertha always gets her cut. Right, that's the thing that's huge, guys. So the fees, you know, if people sell, it's fine, because what's happening is, you know, Bertha gets the in fee when they buy, Bertha gets the out fee when they sell. And if someone sells and just exits the protocol, you know, thank you very much, right? And there's no other future like liabilities or anything to them, right? So it's just pure profit for Bertha. And Bertha basically is going to be the number one aspect of this protocol. You know, she's the lifeblood of it. So so for daily in, if we sort that by largest, guys, we also have had the third largest day ever for inflow into the elephant treasury, okay, at 1.2 trillion tokens in one day. All right. So there was only 2 days larger than that. 7/12, that was the first full day of NFT minting from round one. And then 8/17, I believe that was the last day for round one when people just went absolutely bananas. It was just printing them nonstop. But yeah, so like the third largest day ever for her just accumulating elephant token. And then she's locked and loaded with the third largest deposit ever into futures. And she's looking at a dipped price. I don't know, guys. Like, I'm like, yeah, man. I'm just chilling. I'm chill. I love elephant money, and like the system's just so solid, dude. Like, no reason to panic or to worry. All right. So what else we got going on here? All right. One last thing, guys. So I noticed in some videos, because the content is just like firing. Like there's so many people making content for elephant, and so there's a lot of skeptics and everything, investigating it and everything, which is great. You definitely want to look into it, and you have the ability to do that in elephant, which is good. I mean, there's so many analytics and everything. It's not like some black box that you just have to trust the word of the protocol for and whatever. So there's so much stuff to look at. And yeah, so what I noticed was there was some people saying like, all right, like one of the true kind of tip-offs, right, is like, what are the big whales doing? Because in other protocols, I was in a few other protocols that kind of fizzled out as of late. The big whales were always dumping on people's heads, right? Because they know like this project's not sustainable. I need to cash out as much as I can, as quickly as I can, because it's going to come to an end, right? So they're just wanting that exit liquidity, and they're just sell, right? So all right, so for elephants, I figured, now we don't typically wallet watch, but I thought this was a good thing to just kind of check in to see, all right, like what are the smartest of monies? Because the more elephant token you are, there's just some kind of correlation there. Like you've done some homework. Let's kind of see like and check in what they were doing on this last couple days. Okay, so all right, so we can go to BSC scan. And we'll be able to take a look, guys. So this is the elephant token, and you just go to holders, okay? And so we'll see, all right, we've got the treasury number 2, sorry, Bertha, the graveyard number 1, and then we have our 2 liquidity pools right here and here. And then our first largest human participant, 0.8% of the supply, and that's our biggest like whale by a long shot. So 0.8%, 8 trillion tokens. And what we can do is just see and take a look at what their balance of elephant token has been. So if we click here, all right, let's see. Okay, so they have just been in accumulation mode, okay? And their last accumulation was April 12th, 2022. It's like, that was the day of the original flash loan, and they have not done anything since. All right, so okay, they did not dump. They were not selling. When the price went down a good like 20%. Okay, so that's good. All right, so that's the number 1 whale not doing anything. Okay, now we got line 6 here. So we got 4 trillion. Let's check this person out. Okay, so, all right, let's see. So they've accumulated, and it looks like they've sold maybe a little tiny bit here and there. Not bad. And their last transaction for elephant was May 22nd. So they haven't really done much, just kind of holding, got the long-term outlook going. All right, let's see who else we got here. So number 7, so 3.7 trillion. Let's check that one out. Let's see, what's this person doing? What? All right. So they have claimed their elephant token and they have done nothing else ever. Okay. So they got some on May 11th, and that is the only transaction they have had with elephant token. So it's just sitting there. Okay. Didn't sell. That's good. All right, let's see. So this is a contract, guys. This, I believe, is open leverage. So we'll do that one. All right, here's another holder. All right, so line 9. All right, so 2.9 trillion. Are you dumping on our heads? No, you actually have not done anything either. Okay, so they claimed their elephant token and they are just chilling, all right, from the liquidity drive event. Or some of these people just haven't even like touched their elephant tokens. It's like so crazy. All right, let's see. So that was 9. So number 10, so 2.5 trillion. All right, what are we doing here with our 2.5 trillion? We are in accumulation. Okay. Hey, they bought the dip October 3rd. Okay. So the largest whales in the system, I haven't seen any of them sell right now on the top of this little second parabola we got. All right. So what was that? Number 10. So number 11 here. Let's see. All right. So number 11. So has been kind of selling maybe a tiny little bit, skimming a little bit off here and here and there, nothing much going on. Sold probably a tiny little bit on September 22nd. So responsibly kind of skimming off the top a little bit. Probably is going into like futures and has other stuff kicking in the ecosystem, I would imagine, but nothing really shocking there. All right, so I'm losing track here. There's so many, they all like look the same. All right, was that 10? All right, let's try 11. All right, lucky number 11 here. What we got? All right, that could have been number 11. I think I did number 11. All right, sorry guys. Number 12. All right, let's see what this guy's up to. 2.4 trillion. All right. Accumulation. All right, buying big right now. So again, it gives me a little confidence. You know, people who have significant amounts of elephant token, you know, they understand. You know, people that are on this page right here, like they've done their research. They understand the system. If you understand the system, like you're like, yep, I am in this thing because it's absolutely revolutionary. But yeah, I mean, it gives you confidence, and when you're seeing like, yeah, like these people weren't the people selling the token. Of course not, right? All right, so let's see here. So this one, okay, so it looks like we've had some selling throughout. All right, so, and then we've had a little more accumulation. So some profit taking a little bit, but nothing too drastic, you know, kind of skimming some off. Probably is in other products as well, but who knows? All right, so we got that. 791. All right. What's the next one here? So we got, oops, all right. Where were we? 791. There we go. All right, number 15. Let's check this one out. Number 15. Let's see. Number 15. All right, last September 27th, so recently, and you know, has pretty much stayed pretty steady. All right, pretty steady with the elephant token count, maybe skimming a tiny little bit here and there over the course of the last year and a half. But again, nothing that I would say is a red flag there. Let's see, 16. All right, let's see, 16. Okay, so some accumulation and then a little bit of profit taking. All right, started to go down in January. So want to probably assume it's going to be like futures and stuff, probably get futures and NFTs, but we'll see. All right. Okay, so that's 16, 17. I'll go down to, guys, just the 2 trillion bags, and we'll call it from there, but we get kind of like a decent sense of what's going on here. So here, let's see. It looks like this person had about 2 trillion, sold some the day of the original exploit, April 12th, and then rebought back in and has held since. All right. So that's good. What? So what else we got here? A lot of people have taken a very good opportunity to have held their tokens up. Where did that guy? So 4.6D or accumulated a little more. 4.6. Okay. All right. Got 2 more to look at for the 2 trillion bags. All right. Let's see. What's this guy up to? All right, had a lot, sold way back in the very beginning of the protocol, and it's just kind of coasted along with like a decent amount. Was bought a little bit more, all right, recently, but just kind of chilling. All right, and last person with 2 trillion tokens, exactly 2 trillion almost. Good for you. All right, let's see. What have you been doing? Okay. Again, had a lot at the very, very beginning of the protocol. Looks like they've had some, and they've been selling a little bit towards the beginning of this year. So that could have been like some futures going on, and now they've kind of bought a little more. All right, so nothing too drastic or severe. So smart money in elephant money, like these huge big whales here, they know what's up, right? You hold the token, let Bertha work her magic, and you have, a cash cow forever, right? You don't sell the golden goose, and it doesn't look like many of the whales are selling. So, that's why it led me to believe it was probably a lot of people that just kind of bought the FOMO here, and then they started seeing some selling, and there's some other crazy rugs that went on today with some other protocols and stuff, and led to maybe a little bit of some irrationality, but all the underlying pinnings and data have made me even more bullish on it, because like Bertha has gotten fatter, she has money to DCA, and she's going to be eating this double dip right here, this double graveyard rebalance of 10 trillion tokens. And that's going to put her in a much better position to flip the remaining token holders. And it's inevitable, it's going to just be off to the races. The fixed supply token with the in and out fees and all the revenue generated from the front facing products, there's a reason why this token has been an absolute juggernaut for the past 2.5 years through black swans, crypto winters, bear markets, SEC overreach and complete FUD. I mean, it just, it's built correctly, and it's like already, the 6 hours, it's already up 10%. Like, these smart money people are going to come in and scoop it up. All right, so guys, that's my assessment. I'm chilling. I love elephant money. It is just immaculate. The Mona Lisa of tokenomics is what I say. And it's all good, man. Keep calm, DCA, right? Shake it off, that FUD, because there's going to be a lot of FUD, when you're successful, when you're a champ, people have to hate on it, right? And it's very easy to get views and clicks on YouTube when you're coming up with silly little thumbnails and little fuddy titles. It's an easy way to get some ad revenue. So don't get duped into that, guys. Stick to the analytics, stick to the data, ask questions, join the official Telegram group, watch out for scams, and just enjoy the ride, guys. Like we're privileged to be part of Elephant Money, and now we have a little bit of a nice entry, and any new participants that are coming in have a nice spot where they can get a little elephant token and then check out the rest of the ecosystem. All right, thanks everyone. Tune in for my next video, and until then, guys, I am Bailey from the EMH. I'm out.